Oh, did you hit live? Are we on now?
We're live.
We are live.
We are live.
I guess I wasn't that ready.
Are you ready? 1, 2.
Here
we are.
Now I just gotta wait for it to show up on my phone so that we can. Oh, there it is. Boom. I guess I wasn't that ready. Echo. I should turn off all my noises. I was not ready. Not ready at all, you guys.
Welcome back, guys. Oh, it's a little crooked. Damn it.
Damn it, anyway.
It's gonna bother me.
You can't really tell a
Happy
whole
Wednesday.
lot.
I can. Okay. It's straight.
Right.
We're here. We made it. All right.
And here we go. This is stretching.
Welcome back to another Feel Good Wednesday with Whitney and Braden. Esoteric, liminal, horizons. Nexus of horizons. You know what? Esoteric nexus. Liminal horizons.
It's a mouthful, but
it's one of those Wednesdays.
One of those Wednesdays. Yeah, I feel ready but slightly out of sorts.
Went from like air conditioning. My air conditioner works really, really well. So I dress like it's summer, but not 90 degrees out, and then I exit, and then my truck doesn't have air conditioning.
And you're like, oh my gosh.
Like, oh man, even the blowing air is hot.
What am I doing?
But we're here.
So you guys, we are doing a bit of discovering of ourselves through elemental archetypes. Yeah, I don't know. So, I don't know, I wasn't quite ready to read that yet, but I guess we can just start with it. Yeah, no, I'm not ready to read that yet. I kind of want to just spitball. I'm not feeling the rhythm, the ride for the cool runnings. Talking about elemental archetypes. We're sticking with the 4 basic ones. We may deviate a little bit, but we're not looking to try and complicate and get super specific with all the subcategories of the elemental archetypes that more than possibly exist out there. But we're starting with a good foundation for you guys, for all of us, to be able to see ourselves through a different lens that allows for us to be able to have another perspective that may or may not work for you in terms of how you see yourself and navigate the world.
And I'm totally understanding this and eating it like it is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I think Avatar: The Last Airbender is going to be a really delicious way to anchor in the information, right? Because
it gives me the good visual. And like even the hand movements as they bend the elements.
Most definitely.
It's what I see in my head.
I like it. All right, now I'm ready. You are not just one thing. You are the meeting place of many forces, some calm, some wild, some grounded, some fluid. In the language of elemental archetypes, these forces take shape as earth, air, fire, and water.
Earth, air, fire, water.
I love it. Each with its own style, strengths, and shadows. And while you may have a core element, life has a way of calling forth others when thresholds and crossroads appear. So, we're starting with the 4 core archetypes. We'll start with Earth. It's stability, it's patience, it's grounding, solid in presence, steady in progress. It makes me think of like oxen pulling a cart up a slight grade. It's very slow. It's very going. It's very much like there's like those oxen are sure that they can pull what they have up that grade, if you will. But they also know they have to set a pace. So they have the wisdom and insight to be able to see the energy required. Yep.
Tough. Embodies grounded confidence and unshakable will. Resilience, the loyalty, the persistence.
Did you know she has a different style of earth bending compared to any of the other earthbenders that you watch in the Avatar. Isn't that nifty?
Yeah.
And hers that she actually built are the ones that the martial arts that they use for her for the earthbending was actually created, they believe, by a blind Oriental woman. Yeah, so she like gets to read.
I believe Toph has like a crazy intense backstory. Anyways, she's a special earthbender, and even so, like I also think of like your astrological sign as like if you were to have an element, it would be whatever your astrological sign is. But then, you know, even like Toph, with the differences that she has, she embodies like I can't even think of it. I shared a picture in the chat of like the different ones, and there's also another picture that like is the in between, and I feel like Toph would be like closer to the in between.
Well, I can see that
because she bends metal too.
At the end of it, she bends metal. So, and what's beautiful about that whole being able to bend metal is it's showing a refinement of her understanding with the earth elements and their place in her ability to use them. And
pull up the picture because I can do that now that I have my laptop back.
You know, the other one that really stands out to me is Uncle Iroh. The cool thing I like about Uncle Iroh, Iroh. I don't recall. It's been too long since I've watched him. But the thing I really liked about him is he really throughout the whole series he talks about how to use the other elements as influence towards his own fire element. So even though he's not Avatar and able to use all four elements, he is able to use the understanding of them to better refine the process of his own.
Fitting it in the circle thing always drives me nuts. Like the in-between elements.
Boom. Yeah, that's a fun picture. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so we went over Earth. Air is curiosity, thoughts, ideas, quick to see patterns, loves new perspectives. Oh man, I can totally relate to that. Well, and what's also cool now that we're talking about it is not just your astrological sign, right? So my astrological sign, I'm an air element, but my Chinese zodiac, I'm a metal ram. So my element is metal.
A metal ram?
So my element is metal, and watching how that part of life influences with air has been intriguing, to say the least.
Like an airplane?
Cut right through anything to get to wherever I need to go. Maybe. I didn't think about it like that. I was thinking more about how
metal. What's metal in the air?
But then, like, you look at metal and all the different ways that it can show up as attributes. It's hard. It can be soft. It can be
malleable.
It can be malleable, but it can be memory wire, where it will retain its shape regardless of how you pull, bend, and twist it.
Conductive.
Yeah.
Non-conductive.
Yeah. There's like so many different. It can be fluid, like mercury, or in its molten state. Even.
Yeah.
You know, so there are different ways to get to similar. So seeing those types of aspects and correlating to them to my life and how I do things, I don't know, it's fun. You can't say it's done with 100% accuracy, but who cares? You're just trying to find a way to describe yourself so you can have an understanding.
Different ways to relate to yourself.
Yeah, so that way you can, just keep building those blocks because nothing's one-dimensional, right?
What fits for you, what doesn't. Discard whatever. You know, that's how I read my horoscopes.
Yeah, right. Because not all of it applies. Then we have fire, which is passion, drive, boldness, acts decisively, sparks
we missed
change.
Aang. Think of Aang, like with air and the joy and the creativity.
Yeah,
like the childlike nature to it.
Childlike wonder, very much so.
The adaptability of the mind.
The adaptability of the mind. I like it. And the shift in perspectives that he brings to people as he gains it. You know, he's always trying to help people see it slightly differently. Fire, I would relate that. You know, what's really cool is not just Iroh, but his son, or his nephew,
Zuko.
Zuko. I can never remember his name. Watching his whole shift from where he started as a fiery fire symbol into a very controlled and understood flame. Like it's like the difference between sparking up a fire with tinder and sparking up a fire with a torch.
Well, with each element, I feel like each element has, the shadow side. If we're super, even in the story, each character is super in their element. So, Katara was, uh, she was very compassionate, emotional, and over time she absorbed too much emotion from people and avoided things instead of flowing.
Right. Well, and that's like a really good point that you make. Is being too much in your element allows for the shadow attributes to emerge. So those shadow attributes that fall into each of the defining elements is tempered through using other elements or other aspects of other elements in order to be able to bring yourself into balance. Because balance is God, God is balance. So, which one sounds like you so far? Which one do you wish you were more of? If you feel like sharing, that would be cool. If not, I totally get it. Hello, Yoreli and Stephanie.
Stephanie. What up, Yoreli? What's your sign? Do you know your Chinese zodiac sign?
Do you know yours?
I don't remember.
I love it.
We'll find out right now. I know as a Gemini, I'm an air sign.
Mm-hmm. Me too. As a Libra.
Let's see. Me. The monkey. How did you get metal ram? Because I know there's a ram.
I have a beautiful app that shows all of that.
You get your elements as well?
Yeah, when you're done. When we're
done
with
the year
this.
of the water monkey. Oh my gosh. Specifically, it was the year of the water monkey.
You're a water monkey.
Wow, a water monkey.
That is
See,
so
that's
funny.
what I always felt like I was more supposed to be like water. I love water. And the air really irritates the crap out of me. When it is windy,
the air, I realize though, like I feel the same way. In the 7 years of roofing, after year 2,
messes up my hair. It's blowing my crap out of my hands.
But like, let's shift that perspective because I felt that same way, right? But really, the wind is nothing more than a playful 4-year-old. If you look at the wind as a playful 4-year-old on those windy days when it's frustrating the piss fuck out of you, like that's what it is, right? Like
a water
it's
monkey
testing your limits. A water monkey.
I never knew that. It was the year of the water monkey. Oh, I'm curious. I was super excited when I found out my son was born in the year of the dragon. Like,
what are the years of the dragon?
That's so cool. I don't know. They're special though.
I feel like one of my daughters must be a year of the dragon. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Kaya.
Let's see what his is. We're just gonna find out. It's no more.
Is it not giving you an element?
Oh.
That's weird.
The dragon. 2012 was the year of the dragon. Water dragon.
Water dragon.
Oh, there we go. Here we go.
That's cool. I'll have to look into that.
But if you do like your zodiac and like a deep dive into the astrology of your birthday, you can get a lot out of that. And I feel like taking today's live and inputting that into your elements that you get.
My cousin is a savant with birth charts, natal charts.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool to get her on here to talk about natal charts. And then I could maybe
Charlie
actually understand.
Oh, I bet she would have a lot to say. She's a character.
Yeah, she'd
do great.
She does.
Was she though?
She's got a. Oh, I don't know. I think I can convince her.
Yeah.
I think I can talk her into it.
Come on, Charlie.
Yeah.
Come on, Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie. You're gonna pop in here at some
point. Charlie.
Come to Candy Apple, Charlie.
Tell us about your zodiac birth charts and stuff, Charlie.
I love it. All right, we've got core elements versus situational elements. Your core element is your home base, the one that feels most natural. But situational elements emerge based on past experiences, challenge, and the kinds of thresholds you've crossed before. So, just because you are more acclimated to the sign of your choosing or understanding does not mean you don't show up differently for different situations. And depending on how you show up those situations will shed light on the archetype that you are dealing with. You know, maybe when it comes to finances, you're a bit more spitfire and uh, maybe either aggressively spend said money or aggressively protect said money. But either which way, regardless of how the situation is playing out, like that's like a good way to start looking at things. How do I treat my finances? What element would I see myself showing up as when it comes to finances?
I would hope it would be water, and we are flowing.
It could be like
or
air.
earth, and we are growing.
It could be air.
Joyously spending.
Well, not just joyously spending, but recognizing that it can go into
Having
more
a
than
fun
one
time
place.
with it. You can have fun.
And what's really cool about the wind
finances.
is like it shows up and it goes, and it shows up and it goes, and it brings things along the way. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's other things, but that abundance, if you will, shows up in a more
Either
mysterious
way,
fashion. And
elements are static.
very much so.
Seasons, weather, life cycles all change, and so do we. I feel like as a female, you go through cycles.
Well, and think about it. Like, even though we have the 4 seasons, like all of the elements show up all the time, everywhere, all at once. Like there's earth, there's fire.
Which we are balancing our avatar state. I feel like it's what you're doing. We are working with all of the elements in our avatar state.
Well, and you're
trying
really
to balance it.
And you're really trying to understand. All right, like at my core, I may be a fire sign, but outward expression, I may show up more as a water sign. When I'm dealing with my kids, it may show up as a fire. And when you pull all those colors into balance, you get this really beautiful color splatter of your soul and how everything works, right? And it's not in 50-50 increments, but it's just whatever that balance is and however it shows up.
Doesn't everyone just enjoy a charcuterie tray? I sure do.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I like this example better. Someone who is usually an air sign, idea and focused, might step into fire, action focused, when advocating for something deeply personal to take action with. All right. Elemental blending. No one is purely one element. Blends create nuance. Earth and water might show up as nurturing and patient. Fire and air might become a visionary leader. The blend that comes forward often depends on the weather of your life in that moment. So it's forever shifting, you guys. As you grow and understand, so too does the idea of how these all show up in your life.
And think of like, also you could use that in like conflict resolution.
Ooh, yeah.
So if you are really fiery and you are meeting a fire person, like you two together would cause like an explosion. But if fire meets water, then you're cooling down the situation. So if you're harnessing that element and its attributes and calming the situation.
And then we can take it one step further, and after you've diffused said situation, maybe you get insight or understanding, then you also have the opportunity to throw in the air attributes and stoke the flame of excitement and passion and visionaries that comes through. So it's not like it's just one blend of two different signs. Like as you start to understand how these work, you can start seeing how you can blend more signs. And really, this is just another way to have pattern recognition.
Hello, guys. Sky. Thanks for watching.
Hello.
If you watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, because if you haven't, you just should, man. Like, think about it. Like, Uncle Iroh was reminding Zuko that it's also the element of fire that is life and energy.
Not just destruction.
And we can already see Zuko's shadow side where he's getting burnt out, becoming super controlling, and
Forward,
and
aggressive.
how he transformed into the firebender at the end, where he was really controlled and super powerful. He harnessed it.
Was able to go to his dad, tell him what's what, and walk away without having to throw anything at him. Like, that's some next level containment.
Healing. There's a lot of Taoism in Avatar: The Last Airbender, so it's gorgeous. Uncle Iroh, I play him on lo-fi and his little speeches in the background. It's so calming and relaxing. You even think of Katara. Katara was super absorbed in other people's emotions, but she came out of it.
Yep, found her center. Aang was a whole journey in and of itself. I really liked watching Katara's brother.
He was avoiding responsibility. He was really harnessing that childlike energy.
Yep.
He was a kid. He was 100-year-old kid, but like, you know.
Yeah.
He was really creative, but he was avoiding the responsibilities of being the avatar and detaching from reality. We can go over here and play with all this stuff. It doesn't matter if the world's falling apart. We're in this reality.
And it comes from the idea of being shackled down. Like, I recognize that in structure. I love structure. I thrive on structure. But setting up structure is like, oh no, am I building myself a cage right now? I think this is a cage. This feels like a cage. And then it's built and you're like, oh no, it's a bridge. Look at that. You know? So I think that's where Aang was really coming from with that mentality. Was like, oh man, I'm being tied down to a specific, like, I have to be this. I don't get to choose to be this. It feels like more like work than discovery. And then to watch him shift his perspective and step into all of that as he goes through the other elements, because all of the other elements have things to teach each other about themselves and the others.
It's so worth watching.
Save some cheese and crackers for me. I can't make any promises. I mean, I really can't. Definitely compulsive eater.
We'll see where we're at.
So, tempering elements. Each element has a shadow when overextended. Tempering is using other elements to bring balance. Too much water, you can bring in... too much fire, you can bring in water. Earth can bring air. Air to earth. Water to fire. We're going to jump right into that. I've got a whole nother section prepared for the tempering of the elements. We're going to start with fire. So fire and earth grounds impulsive action with strategy and patience, turns raw drive into steady progress. That's kind of where, there and again, I feel like that you're taking a lighter and turning it into a torch. You get a much more efficient stream of flame to be able to do what you want. And if you wanted to extend the analogy, it'd be like trying to, cut through metal. If you can't cut through the metal, with a lighter. That's not going to happen. But you bust out a torch of the correct proportions and it'll get the job done. So it's a very good idea of like
the stability, the endurance,
turning it into focus. Yep, stabilized focus. Boom, boom. Fire and air expands the vision and innovation, adds flexibility to bold action, helping avoid burnout. Because what happens when you have a fire and your fire pit, when you got hot coals but you don't have any flame and you need a flame, sometimes all you gotta do is blow on it. There's a little bit of
detachment there too. The ability to be with but not.
Okay, yeah, definitely. As an air sign, you're all over the place, right? So it's not as hard to. It's harder to
thinking
attach.
Of like a fire tornado.
Ooh,
they don't really blend, but they come together. That freedom,
and it pulls that fire all over the place. That fire has the will to go wherever it wants. I like it. That's a great visual.
It adapts.
And then we have fire and water. It softens intensity with empathy. It transforms confrontation into inspiration. It makes me think of like putting on a cup of tea. You know, if you're going to add water to fire, how are you going to do it? It's going to be in a practical, applicable manner. And adding water to a pot to boil for tea, which then allows for inspiration because you get to take on the effects of said tea and just sit with your moment.
I mean, when I think of like firefighters, firefighters don't shoot at the top of the flames, they shoot at the base. It's precise.
Trying to knock it off its feet.
Just going straight to the source. Oh, yeah. I think.
Okay. I like that. Straight to the source.
Cuts through the BS, man.
Path of least resistance through the fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Earth as the starting point. Earth and fire injects passion and momentum into slow, methodical plans, gets things moving, stokes the flame, makes me think of a locomotive. Starts off slow, but the more fuel you feed it, the stronger the fire grows.
Well, if you're reversing it from fire and earth to earth as the fire. Base to fire, yeah. I could see that.
Yep. Or the
passion, the creativity,
This is a little bit destructive, but like it's also like when you go and burn out tree roots, so that way you can make room for new ground. Like you could leave that tree root to do it by itself. You get that healthy nutrient
base at the top to feed at the bottom. Yeah, starting over.
Yep.
Be like it's like a tower card.
I love it. Earth and air brings fresh ideas without losing stability, keeps expansion grounded in reality. It makes me think of I picture sand being pushed across itself, like in the desert where you get those big sandstorms.
I'm just all over the place with movies over here.
I love it.
What is it called? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember the name of the TV show, but the main character is Dream. He controls the dream place, the liminal space.
Okay.
But he's like super powerful, and he's got the sand, and he can just create anything.
Gosh, yeah.
From nothing, that. Just whatever his imagination can create, just
but it everything's made of sand. Granules of sand. I like that. I get behind that visual too.
TV's good.
And then we have earth and water. It deepens stability with emotional connection, creates environments of trust and belonging. I think of like a river and the growing vegetation around it. Like where there is water, there is always life.
I think of coral reefs.
Ooh, I like
it's like
that.
Where life started in the ocean.
Damn. And that stability is like the constant wave that goes over. And it's time. Do you think waves are timed? Like if you were to time waves, they're always consistent intervals.
Or do There's you think a lot that goes into waves.
That's why I asked. Like, because I mean, even the landmass that it runs
the
into
air on top, the magnetic force,
how close the moon
position
is.
Of the moon.
Yep.
The temperature.
No, I didn't think about that. I wonder like what the variations are between each instance, and then you get like a motley of them.
Ask some surfers, dude.
Right? Oh yeah, no kidding. I bet they have a really keen understanding on on like an intuitive level. That would be fun. All right, air as the starting point. So we got air and fire. Converts ideas into decisive action. Keeps momentum alive before overthinking sets in. I like that. It's like you find a channel, right? Instead of the wind just going every which way.
Action, the creativity, the imagination, the childlike nature, without the confidence, and the fire brings the confidence and the action.
Yeah, it goes from a wow, how beautiful to I can do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Hello, Judy.
Hello, Luna.
Hello, Luna.
Thanks for watching.
Air and earth. Anchor scattered thoughts with practical steps, turns possibilities into plans. It makes me think of like a wind tunnel. Like a place where it's just naturally windy and then you build a construct.
Can capture it. Empower it. I feel like the air would be that childlike nature and the earth would be the grounding, keeping you from going way out of
yeah, it's that friend field. That's like, hey,
great idea, right, but let's keep it real.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's not get too expansive from the start.
Yeah. Like when I started my business, like, oh my gosh, we're gonna do all the things. I gotta do all the things. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. We're just starting. Stay here. That was my husband.
You just got to do step 1 of 50.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Air and water brings empathy and nuance to intellectual conversations, strengthens a relationship while exchanging ideas. I feel like water makes an air sign present for conversation.
Yes, I can see that.
Like it allows a connection to the emotional part that even though an air sign has is, like we've said, less as focus. It's not as attached in that manner. Like, so it brings it full circle so you can have the thoughts that are expansive and tie them to the emotional side of not just
Even
yourself
the
but the other
intuition.
person. Yeah. It heightens intuition. I could see that. Gosh, these are delicious.
Oh. Right? I'm saying. I went and got that like super fancy charcuterie tray. I miss the basics. I miss the base. Where's the ham? Where's the turkey? It's like there's this fancy weird meat and this crazy cheese, but
and it's fun.
Oh, this would pair so well with ham, or like, oh, I'd love to try this cheese with turkey.
And these crackers, like, you just can't find better crackers.
And there weren't any crackers on the charcuterie tray.
Oh, there weren't?
No.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. I love me some fancy crackers.
But they had a good selection of fruit. I don't know. I liked some of their cheeses they had on there, though.
Yeah, they were good. They were good. That fruity cheese was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? It was the charcuterie place in the Rimrock Mall. It's new to me. I don't know how long it's been there, but ooh.
Delicious.
Good prices for nice sized trays with some fruit and some cheeses and some meats. I got the tray right before we left for our anniversary thing, and I forgot to pick it up. So when I came back from my trip, I had this crazy big charcuterie tray. I was like, what do I do? I guess we'll throw a game night or some get-togethers and have some other people help us with this tray. No way we're going to eat this fast enough.
You know how that goes. All right, water as the starting point. Water and fire, it rekindles the drive and courage when emotions feel heavy. Brings clarity to intuitive action. Feels like, you boil water to get the impurities out of it. That's what it makes me think of.
Ooh. I like that.
Excuse me, guys. Sorry.
I feel like fire would bring that masculine stability to the emotional side of water.
It makes me think of the movies of the elements.
And they can finally touch each other and the water's steaming. Oh, it's so cute. Was that Elemental?
Yeah. Elemental or Elements or something of the sort.
The Disney Pixar or whatever.
We could have tied a lot of that to this if we really wanted to. Missed opportunity. All right. Water and earth provide safety and nurturing to stabilize turbulent emotions. Oddly enough, this makes me just feel like watering the garden. It allows for stable, steady growth of your little plants.
Water's the base.
Oh, yeah. Well, then.
So providing the.
Okay, so if it's water as a bathing,
the grounding for the emotional, also like the fire.
When it talks about provide safety and nurturing to stabilize turbulent emotions, actually that makes me think of like when you add rocks to a river to change its trajectory or to dam it up, to slow it down, to keep it from destroying or washing out things farther downscape, to be able to use it as a source of like its own little fishing pool or what have you.
For the water.
To help give the water structure. Water and air adds perspective and detachment to deeply felt situations, creates room for clear communication. Hurricane. Yep. Although, I mean, only because you've got wind pulling water in all directions. It doesn't go in with any like I don't know.
Creative energy of air.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure, but also like think about it. Sometimes as a water sign, you're so deeply emotional, and you just need to let it out. And sometimes it needs to be done without having to worry about whose toes you're stepping on and whose sandcastle you're kicking down. Like you're just gonna rage and let it go and do its thing. And granted, it gets into the other parts of learning how to temper that so that it's not quite a hurricane, you know?
I picture air moving across water. It's like over the ocean and the waves that it creates, and it could be creative energy
And it picks
and
it up and pushes it
releasing
around.
what isn't meant,
Mm.
and creating different waves. It could be looked at as destructive, just like fire could be. A hurricane could be destructive, but it also carries like nutrient rich sediment up onto the rest of the land, just like fire.
It creates room for clear communication. It kind of just makes you think of like when it clears buildings out of the way. Yeah, granted,
Yeah.
like there's still rubble and stuff that you have to deal with in the aftermath of it, but like it's a new beginning, even if it's messy.
I swear, I don't know if I share them. I'll reshare the pictures, but like just looking at them and doing this on your own and connecting the different elements and how they could be used and like using them as a tool. So if you feel like you're in a super water state and you want to shift or you want to add a different element to it, I feel like meditating with the pictures
Would help with that. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's no different than the sacred geometry. When you start taking images, whether it's pictures or words, material, and start ingesting it on a regular basis with the intention of understanding yourself, you will have some crazy realizations. You will get to a point where like you get really picky choosy about who you share your realizations with because they're so off the wall and you don't know that they can quite grasp it the way you're explaining it. And like that's totally okay. That's part of the process.
That's what this group is for.
It is. Most definitely. Get wild with it. Get wonky weird. But you know, it's not about trying to figure out how to define yourself with these elements. That's not the purpose. We're not here to be like, oh, this and this and this makes me. No, it's recognizing that this is a way for you to discover yourself, to understand yourself better if it calls to you. You know,
what would fire embody?
What would fire embody?
You know, I think of like that masculine power, the authority, like workouts, even dancing,
Socializing. Yeah, most definitely. Networking, if you will.
spinning
Getting out
poi.
there, finding the things. Yeah, man, spinning poi is a whole nother adventure. And now I'm like, my feed's starting to be bombarded with them because I share videos of the things so that way I can go back to my feed later and try them out. I saw
So it
one.
brings more to your feed.
Yeah, I saw one that was like, I forget the name of it, but the circle is going opposite from the circle that you're spinning your hand. So you're just watching this basically spin on two axes. Axes. Two axi?
Right?
Axes? I don't know. That's weird. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, really fancy stuff. Fascinating stuff. And what's cool with flow toys, you guys, is like that stretches your brain in a whole new way. It gives you a sense of feeling physically of how your emotional scape and plane can really.
That could almost like embody water.
Water, air, earth, fire.
Yeah.
You can
spinning fans.
Yeah.
Ribbon dancing, your dragon.
Your dragon, yep. And then you've got your fire poi.
And that's somatic movement anyways. Oh.
Yeah. There's a lot of healing in it. Micro recognition practices. Spot which element you're in during a conversation, a decision, or a conflict. And you don't have to do much with it, but just making yourself aware of it is where the whole like intrigue comes in, right? Then all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, that felt fiery. Okay. All right. And you'll notice some of your verbiage already starts pointing to the element that you're falling into. You know, fire is definitely one of those ones that like stands out more broadly to me. But yeah, and then tonnage, verbiage, the way you're feeling. Am I feeling grounded in this moment? Am I standing firm? Is it passionate? Am I full of ideas on top of it?
Do
Like
I feel
having
like I'm
all
being
three
met
of
with earth?
those. Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah. Is this a wall that I just keep continually punching to watch go right the back up? Yeah. Yep. Indubitably. Ask, what element am I bringing here? Is it helping me or hindering me? And then adjust intentionally by blending or tempering. Bring it down a notch or throw another element into the mix to see, I don't know, what result you get from
Breath work.
breath work.
Breath work.
Breath work is huge, you guys. I used to kind of be like on the fence about it, like, oh yeah, it could be helpful if I ever just took the time to do it, but
walking barefoot,
doing it,
grounding,
even in the micro, like breath work is next level stuff. It unlocks a lot of areas of growth. So keep that in mind. It's something that's very simple, and it's not something that you have to commit to as a daily practice as much as you would love to. Just remembering to do it here and there or attempting to do it, man, like go discover your avenues. Um, Now, thresholds and crossroads. I want to tap into this just a hair. Elements can shift dramatically at life's thresholds. Crossroads test whether you lean into your core element or reach for a new one. And recognizing this can help you choose your response instead of reacting on autopilot. So, just a small taste of it. When you're at a threshold moment, when you are ready to step into something new, step into something unknown, something that is an upgrade of self or presence, that is a threshold moment. And in those moments, when we have our hesitation, when we have our apprehension, however it's showing up, we can, there and again, look to the elements, what one is displaying and which one could really help this out to make the transition smoother. And crossroads.
That's quite a perspective. Like starting a new job or like moving to a new place, a new area, and looking at it through an elemental lens. How does this move feel? Does it feel like some serious fire moment?
Yeah.
And if it's a fire moment, how do I want to meet this? How do I want to meet this moment? Do I want to sit in like the earth, the fire, the water?
Yeah. Well, or even
blend them,
or even like maybe the fire is enough to step into that, but you know that the burnout is real if you just stick with fire. So planning ahead and knowing when am I going to move the next element into phase, whether it's fully stepping into it. It's like a new way to meditate. It is, right? And then so we talked about thresholds. And then your crossroads. Crossroads are harder to deal with because you are making a choice that is going to push you away from the other path, at least for a time, if not altogether, right? So those ones are like the bigger unknowns. Those ones are really like raw. And there and again, how am I feeling?
Do I stay or do I leave?
Yeah, am I stuck? Am I feeling too grounded in this? Is it coming from an emotional standpoint? I just don't know how I feel about the choice I want to make. Is it an air thing where it's like, oh man, there are just so many options. There are so many what ifs. There's just like not a whole lot of clarity in this. Like, So then
self-doubt.
Yep. So then, or is it like with the fire? How would fire show up in shadow with the crossroads?
Fire's
aggressive,
really
avoidance,
stubborn.
Yeah, I like what I've got going on, and I don't feel like I need to choose.
Super controlling. I don't feel like I have control of the situation, so the next step is like out of my control.
So then, yeah. So then from there, let's just look at it. So from fire stance, if you're feeling out of control,
super burnt out.
Yeah, and if you're feeling either one of those, air would really help that. Air would give you inspiration. Air would inspire you to move forward, to pick a choice, or to even look at your options, to realize that you have more control than you originally thought. If you're showing up at that crossroads with air, that's indecision. Maybe you either need to ground in the options that you've already seen. Maybe you need to throw a little bit of water in there and get some emotional clarity about all of the options that you've found. Maybe you need some fire and you just need a good push towards one of the options that you need to take. So those are examples of how you navigate your thresholds and crossroads. I don't want to get too deep into it, but give you a good taste of it because it's a really key spot to be able to help you with when and where you're feeling stuck at, right? And I know that I run into that a lot. Like, how do I get inspired? How do I do the things?
So almost bring in water though too.
Mm-hmm.
If you've gone through a burnout, you would need to like readdress yourself, do some self-love, some balm, if you will, and then some air.
Well, and I think really based off your situation, you're going to know which element you need to call in
exactly.
conjunction
So
with.
yeah, like if one element is super dominant in you, what would you feel like if you invited more of the opposite or a different element? What element would you call in if you are super dominant in one?
Is there somebody that you wish you could be like in hard moments, or people that you think about
like Toph, Katara?
Wonder how would they handle it? Like
Uncle Iroh.
I love it.
Uncle Iroh, what should I do?
So, closings.
Have a cup of jasmine tea.
What's your core element, and which one do you call on when the stakes are high? Next time we can dive into the crossroad maps. No, I don't want to do that. But yeah, that's the big reflection. What's your core element, and which one do you call on when the stakes are high? It's a good starting point to start unraveling the rest of everything with you. Yeah, and I think that's all I have. Oh wait, no, I think I had a little bit more. I had some prompts that I wanted to tap into. If your soul were weather right now, what forecast would we see? Blazing sun, shifting winds, rising tide, or steady ground? You don't have to just look at yourself as just an element, but also
the microphone.
Oh. Hello, Brittany. Brittany. Oh, the big fluffy.
So if
you were weather,
right now, what forecast would you be? Blazing sun, shifting winds, rising tide, or steady ground. I feel like you could even go further and like, if you were weather, what forecast would you be? What even season would you be in?
See, you can really just get into this for sure.
If it's like fiery summer, full of ambition, or watery winter.
Ooh, your home.
Rest and reflection.
Your home element is your default personality driver. Your guest element is the archetype you embody right now because of your current threshold or crossroad. I love that. For the rest of the week, watch how your elements shift. You might be surprised how many allies you carry within you. I think that's...
What kind of friends do you have? Are they fiery or are they more earth?
Yeah, how do they
compliment you? Yeah. Look through an elemental lens for the next week.
Hell, even watch the movie Elemental. That might just spark something.
You are the fifth element.
Ooh, you are the fifth element.
No. Start watching Avatar, guys. If you haven't watched it, rewatch it with a new lens.
You got anything else?
No.
All right, me either. We almost made it.
Happy Wednesday, guys.
Happy Wednesday.
How's your week been?
Oh, man. Ever since Crystal Mountain, it has just been constant. I haven't had a lazy day to just sit at home and veg.
Wow.
Well, actually, that's
you went to Crystal Mountain. I went on my anniversary trip. That's so wild. Since I've came back from my trip, I've just been tired.
Yeah, me too. 3-hour naps, you guys, like almost on a daily. And
going to bed at like 10, 11, 12.
Shifts everything, doesn't it?
I have taken a day. I have taken a day. I
got
took
a
day and I said today is nothing.
A day. That's it.
Nothing is due today. Nothing has to happen today. I tried to do one other day of that, and I ended up having a panic attack instead. But then, like, what was it? Monday. Monday was my absolutely nothing day.
And it was gold.
It was. I felt free of guilt. There's a word I'm missing. I don't know. I felt guilt-free taking that. I didn't feel like, oh, I could be doing that.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, today's mine.
And I just get to
I'm gonna just lay on my bed in my pajamas, and it is 4:00 in the afternoon.
I think mine was Thursday. I got to take a day, but before Crystal Mountain, man, I could pick and choose what lazy days I wanted. Now I gotta be like, all right, I'm at a point where I just need it.
Wild.
Right.
And then the vendor show's coming around the corner, guys. We'll be in Helena, October 18th.
Next week, I will be in Bozeman. So for next week's live, I will have to join via the phone. I'll make sure I have good reception. I'm in Bozeman. Like, how hard should it be to find good reception?
April?
No, I think April will be here in Billings.
Okay, so then April and I will have to meet up. Next week, April will be here.
Yep. Talking about the Merkaba.
The Merkaba.
Mm-hmm. Merkaba.
Merkaba?
Merkaba. The Merkaba. Wish there was more than 2 ways to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check in.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you guys been? How's the week been for you? Did you take some time for you this week?
Guilt-free time?
Guilt-free time. Did you remember to check in with yourself?
Oh, man. Also,
did you remember to look at yourself and be like, hey, relax your shoulders?
Don't sabotage your naps, you guys. If you accidentally fall asleep, wake up feeling super grateful for the nap instead of being upset about all the things you could have done. Because then you take away all of the blessings that you just had from that nap and you put yourself right back into the state of being before, pre-nap, right? So don't do that to yourself.
Have you ever taken a nap and woke up feeling worse?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. But
why did I even do that? That's usually how I feel when I wake up feeling worse. What was the point?
But that's perspective, right? So you change feelings worse to feeling groggy.
Yes.
Right? So crap, I'm waking up groggy. To me, that just means I didn't wake up in my circadian rhythm, and that's totally okay. That just means it's a longer wake up period instead of just being able to jump up and be ready. That's the other thing, guys. Don't hold yourself to the same expectation. Especially with naps. Sometimes you're going to wake up and be ready to go. Other times, it's going to take you an hour and a half to wake up past the time you took your nap. And that's all right. Let your body do its thing.
Perspective.
It's everything.
I had something to say and it just... Yeah.
A stupid thought?
It's on the tip of my tongue again. Okay. That was so hard. So hard to bring forward. Your best looks different every day.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you're running at 100%. Some days you're running at 40%. Some days you're only running at 50%. So your best is going to be showing up different.
Yes.
Give yourself that grace.
Give yourself that grace. Rome
Deep
wasn't
breath
built in a
in.
day.
Feel Good Wednesday.
Namaste.
Talking about the Avatar and the Last Airbender. Thanks for being here with us for this discussion, this exploration into the elements.
Until next time, you guys.
We'll figure it out.
Keeping it real.
Play outro song.
Ciao. Sayonara. I don't remember any other goodbye words.